Hey, it's Dr. Chelle. Welcome to the Dr. Test Prep YouTube channel. We are doing Khan Academy Unit 6, Lesson 8, Graphs of Linear Systems and Inequalities. We are doing the harder examples. I'm assuming you've been with me a while. Let's just get started on page 117. If you haven't, watch the 4 pillars video and the Khan comparison video. Number 4. Given points P, which is -3, 1, and Q, which is 2, 6, determine the equation of the line that passes through points PQ. Then determine the equation of the line that is parallel. This should be points. That is parallel to PQ and passes through point R. Well, yes. Remember I told you that when we get to these harder examples, there are going to be multiple steps and there are going to be formulas that you need to know, but I'm still going to help you through this. So basically, you're going to need the slope formula, which I'm just going to write as the change in y over the change in x. You can also do rise over run, or you can use the official slope formula. It doesn't matter to me, which one you choose. Okay, I think rise over run is way easy. Then you're going to use the y equals mx plus b. Now, you could for sure use the point slope formula, but because we have Desmos, I just think it's easier to use this. All right, first thing we have to do is set up a table with our 2 points. And then 2, 6. We're going to hold this baby down and click on lines. And this worked out really nice for us because we can see the intercept. Oh, the other thing we're going to need to know is parallel means same slope. Parallel. Okay. So first, let's determine the equation of the line that passes between PQ. So that equation of the line, let's just do rise over run. Well, we can see it just literally keeps going up 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So my rise over run would be up 1 over 1 for a slope of 1. So in this case, my equation would be y equals x plus, and here it's very clear that it's plus 4, right? Because it literally goes through this. Now, if it wasn't clear, we would type in y equals mx plus b and add a slider just for the b. We know that our slope is 1, so I can move this out and say 1. Then I'm just going to move my slider tool until the black line and the green line match, which is at b equals 4. Okay, and we're going to use that same trick, the slider tool trick. So let's make this say 4. We're going to use the slider tool trick again to write our next equation. And that's why you don't have to use point slope form. So we have, again, we're going to have y equals x because parallel is the same slope, but we need the plus b. And this is for our parallel line. So first I'm going to type in the point 0, -2, because now we know that we're going to manipulate, well, that was very easy for you, but we're going to manipulate the line so that it goes through that. You can just put x minus 2 and wait or jump ahead, but let's just show you the slider tool again. So I've got y equals x because we know the slope is x, and then I'm going to put plus b. We'll add a slider for b, and we're going to just move the slider until it goes through that point down there. Move, move, and if we look, boom, b is -2, so this will become -2, and that would be our answer for that. All right, given points A for -1 and B -1, 5, determine the equation line that passes through points A and B, and then determine the equation of the line that is perpendicular. So the only new information is that when we do the perpendicular slope, it's the opposite reciprocal. I can't spell right now. But it's opposite, flip switch. All right, to AB and passes through the point -2, 0. So let's just hit the gear and restart everything. Okay. So we've got plus sign table. You should be typing along with me. Don't watch me like I'm a, Mr. Beast. He's amazing, but type, type, type. Long press, draw the line. Okay. Now we're going to determine our slope. So I can see that like it very easily goes to the point 2, 3. See that? So my slope is down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. So my initial slope will do y equals mx plus b. Hello, b. Y equals down 2, so negative 2 over 1 would give us a slope of negative 2x plus our b value. So we don't need this point anymore. It's just to find the slope. So we've got y equals mx plus b. We know that m is negative 2. And now we need to find our b value. So I'm going to add a slider for b, and then I'm going to keep moving my slider until it matches that line, which is boom, right here. So here is the equation of the line that passes through points A and B. Now we need perpendicular. So for my perpendicular line, I'm still going to have y equals, but for my slope, I'm going to take negative 2, and it's going to negative 2 over 1, and we're going to make it positive and flip the fraction. So now I have 1/2 x plus, and then we need the b value. So what I'm going to do is we don't want to confuse the calculator and have two b's. So we're going to just put 7 here because we know 7 is the correct answer. And then we're going to type the point that we need, which is negative 2, 0. So now we're going to type in our slope, y equals positive 1/2. Use the arrow key to get out of the denominator, plus, and then b again. And we're going to add a slider for b. Oh my gosh. Well, look at that. We know the slope is correct. And in this case, 1 is the correct answer because look, it already passes through the line. Any other value, it already passes through that given point. Any other value isn't correct. So we know that 1 is the correct answer. All right. Same thing. Let's do it again. This time we want perpendicular. So we're going to do the opposite reciprocal flip and switch. I'm going to hit the delete. Remember, if you do the gear and delete all, it will recenter the graph for you. We're going to do plus sign table to type in the points. And it's so important after this that before you move on in my videos that you go back to Khan Academy and practice this yourself with the Khan questions, okay? And because this is the last last lesson of the unit, you also can do the practice questions for Unit 6, Lesson 8. You can do the quiz, that's the end of the section, and you can take the unit test. And all of that will give Khan Academy data to see if you've mastered the content and it's turned purple or you're proficient, or if what you still need help on. So my program is only successful if you consistently use Khan. So you can just watch, I don't know why I'm saying this now, but you can only watch my videos and use Khan's videos as a backup, but you have to do the questions. Moving on, we've typed in our points, we've graphed our line. We're going to do our y equal, we have to count our slope. So let's see, the next perfect point looks to be right about here. So 6, negative 2 is our perfect point to help us pay attention to do our up and over. So I'm going to go up 2, positive 2, over to the right, positive 3. So my slope is for my original line. We have our y equals mx plus b. So my slope for my original line is up 2 over 3, so 2/3 x plus, and then we're going to need to get our b value. And again, look at how much easier it is just to use the slider feature. Like, it's insane. It would be so much harder if you had to do it the other way. All right, if my b value goes up, the red line goes away from the green line. So we got to move my slider tool down. And then, so close, right there, negative 6. So because we don't want to do plus negative 6, I'll erase that. and just write that as our formula. 2/3 x minus 6. So we're going to take this out and put minus 6. So because we're going to need the slider tool again. All right, let's look at the next one. So we want the perpendicular line. So if we have 2/3 as our slope, the opposite would be negative. Okay, let me erase that. Let's do it again. So if my slope is 2/3, my opposite would be negative, and then I flip the fraction. So I have y equals negative 3/2 x, and then we have to do the b term. And it has to go through the point negative 2, 5. Okay, so that point up here is the point we're shooting for. So we're going to do y equals negative 3/2 x plus b, and then we're going to add our slider for b, and we just move the line until it hits. And there you go. It hits at 2, so this will be plus 2. All right, I already told you what I need you to do. Thank you so much for watching. Congratulations on finishing lesson 8, which means we have finished unit 6. You guys are going to keep working hard and you're going to get the high math scores that you want. I'm so impressed and proud of you. All right, the next video will have us be going into unit 7 on problem solving and data analysis, and we'll be talking about ratios, rates, and proportions. See ya.